budgets to incorporate online or even move in some cases to online, it's critical that we first respect the measures that they're existing today, such as understanding who saw the ad in a real unique user basis, understanding the demographics, understanding the reach, the frequency, so that they can incorporate digital into their marketing mix models. Then we need to demonstrate that it actually works. And they need to have faith in that the measures we're using are of high quality and that are simple and that they're straightforward, and they really will give them the confidence that digital is not just driving clicks or driving traffic to a website, but it's driving sales, it's driving changes in perception, it's driving the things that the CMO actually cares about. If we focus solely on measures that are easy for us to access in digital and that are our cool, hip buzzwords, and not focus on the marketer's true needs and the way that they're accustomed to receiving advertising effectiveness measures, we're not going to get into their mindset. The challenge in providing measures is to provide measures that are valuable. Today we give click rates as sort of detritus out of an ad server because, quite frankly, it's recorded, so it's easy to get. But we need to provide measures that are more accurate reflections of whether the brand is actually accomplishing its goals. Those are not that difficult to get now as well, but the awareness of that is lagging behind the actual technology, and I think we've actually improved our technology in providing really valuable measures such as reach, frequency, and GRPs and demographic recording significantly in the past 5 years, but the industry is still just getting over the click as a primary measure. If publishers want to win business relative to their competitors, they need to come in educated about online media measurement and advertising effectiveness. And the publisher who walks in and says, I'm providing you this media plan, but I'm also providing you this plan to get insights about your brand, and I'm providing you this plan to measure the media according to your true objectives, is going to win over the publisher who comes in and says, here's the media plan I have for you, and go measure it based on whatever you're doing. If you really frame the measurement as part of the RFP response, you have a greater chance of ensuring that it's going to be successful because you're building the media plan to match the goals of the campaign. Campaigns can go wrong for several reasons. Well, at least they appear to go wrong. They go wrong when the media is planned in a way that didn't make sense for the particular objective, but that actually doesn't happen that often. More often, the campaign appears to go wrong because the measures that are being used to quantify the success of the campaign are not in line with what the primary objective of the campaign actually is. For example, we had a client whose objective was to get people to do a free trial of a product, and then they asked them whether they intended to purchase. And those who really were interested in the free trial were the least likely to say they were going to purchase because they were interested in doing a free trial. So if the measures of success don't line up with the objectives of the campaign, there can be a disconnect and create the appearance of failure, when in fact that's often not the case. In addition, campaigns can appear to not perform well when the methodology has issues and there are logistical problems in setting up the measurement that then taint the results. And in those cases, you often don't know whether or not the campaign actually was effective, but it can generate the appearance of failure. There's a lot of exciting research being done right now in the video ad space, particularly in measuring different formats, figuring out what is the most effective way to deliver messages into video. And as video increases, and it will because it is the most common method that's being used, the sight, sound, and motion in television, which traditionally has had the largest budgets, and if you can bring that online, it's a great way of continuing the conversation that's occurring in television. The measurement is actually keeping up and helping us understand which one of those formats is going to be providing the most effectiveness. And we really recommend that clients look at a variety of different formats for bringing their ad message online, because just repurposing their commercials isn't always the most effective method. And it is possible to look at the varieties and determine on a brand by brand basis the best way to take the video message into this new medium. When looking at a consumer packaged goods company, for example, we find that there's a variety of strategies that can meet the objectives for that client, and they do things differently but contribute to the overall goal. In the case of a consumer packaged goods company, the goal is to sell their product at retail. So for example, high reach placements such as homepage takeovers or net blocks are often incredibly good at generating awareness. They really blanket the market and let people know that this product now exists. Contextual placements are great for giving credibility to a product because people, when done in the right environments, have a great association with that brand, and they're reading that content because they believe in that content. They want to hear what that content has to say. So when a contextual ad appears in that placement, it lends credibility to that brand that that is a player in the space. In particular, contextual placements are really necessary when competitors are in those contextual placements. When introducing a new product, by being there as well, you're saying to people that have an interest in that product, hey, I'm a player here too. Behavioral placements often work well when you're trying to change perception measures. Although it really depends on the type of targeting that you're using for behavioral, and there's such a wide variety of definitions of what behavioral targeting is that you can get different results depending on what your objectives are. But often perception change or sales are great metrics you can get out of behavioral. In every case, it depends on the individual campaign, the goals of the campaign, whether they're an offline sale, whether they're an online trial, whether they're changing awareness or beating a competitor in a specific message. You use a variety of the topics to meet that goal. When a brand has multiple goals, such as gaining awareness, driving coupon downloads, increasing sales, having one master campaign with the same media formats, same media placements, often creates conflict between addressing each one of those goals. In the same way that none of us would want to have, 6 bosses, a campaign can't have 6 bosses either. It needs to have discrete objectives on which it's going to be measured. So we recommend when a campaign needs to do multiple things, that each placement, each element within the campaign be given 1 or 2 goals to reach and optimize toward those goals, whether they be awareness goals, reach goals, percent of a particular target audience, getting coupon downloads, getting online sales, getting offline sales. If a placement really can focus on accomplishing one objective, it can be the most successful.